Hi, my name is Gene Yuknavicius. I'm a solution architect at Emerson. Let's take a look inside of some of our industrial PCs and see how robust they really are. I'll focus on RXi 2BP, take it apart, and see how it is designed inside. You can see that two sides of RXi 2BP are made out of solid aluminum, which is really good for cooling, and the front face is made out of stainless steel. Let's take the cover off and see what is inside. We design our industrial PCs with conductive cooling in mind. For that, we try to implement a conductive cooling path from all the hotspots on the board to the enclosure of the industrial PC. As you can see, the enclosure has the aluminum protrusions, and the board had a heat pad on some components to connect to those protrusions. Note that even SSD, which is technically does not dissipate so much power, has a thermal conductive path to the enclosure. This is because the SSD has a relatively low maximum temperature limit. Let's take it further apart. Here you can see a sandwich of the two boards. The larger board is what we call a carrier. It has all the user accessible connectors, and it has the I/O devices such as Ethernet controllers. The smaller board is a ComExpress compute module. This is a heart of industrial PC. It contains processor, memory, and some key peripherals. You'll notice that processor and the memory is actually soldered down to a printed circuit board. Both processor and memory also has a very efficient conductive cooling path to the heat plate. And heat plate, in its turn, connects to the enclosure, which acts as a large heatsink. By the way, this thermal conductive path between processor and the heat plate is patented under Emerson patent. On the board, you will notice that other hot components, such as I/O devices, also have a conductive cooling path to this aluminum block, which is in turn connected to the enclosure. Notice that our design has no cables and really minimum number of connectors. One other important aspect in using a compute module for industrial PC design is that this makes a design modular, which means that if you need to upgrade a processor for a more performance or for a newer device, you can only replace the module itself and keep the rest of your design, including enclosure and I/Os, exactly the same. So if you use this IPC in some critical machinery, which has to be certified and tested, your recertification effort is drastically reduced. In summary, you can see that Emerson has designed an industrial PC to be robust and last for a long time in challenging environments, so that you can deploy it anywhere and not worry if it's gonna work. You can stay focused on your application.